Texas has a legacy of good roads. For decades, we've relied upon those roads for everything that's important to us. Texas highways have helped make Texas what it is today. But growth and prosperity are now straining our highway network beyond its limits. In the state's major cities, drivers are wasting an average of 40 hours a year stuck in traffic, costing them an average of nearly $1,000. And with the problem getting worse every year, time is not on our side. How did things get this bad? Since 1970, the population of Texas has more than doubled. The number of cars and trucks on the road has almost tripled. The number of miles traveled by those cars and trucks has more than tripled. By comparison, our highway capacity has hardly grown at all. Every year, the demand for road space grows much faster than the supply. And every year, transportation needs in Texas compete for funding with other priorities: education, public safety, healthcare, parks. Still, very few people see the urgency. When a fast-approaching storm is on the horizon, it's hard not to notice, but it's easy to overlook a slow-motion disaster in the making. And it's not just about traffic jams. It's about roads falling apart and how that affects safety. That's important because well-maintained roads are safer roads. Our highways serve as one part of a bigger transportation network, and no single part can function well without the others. Airports sustain more than 700,000 jobs and a $45 billion economic impact. 90% of foreign trade moves through U.S. seaports, and Texas has a larger share of that trade than any other state. Every day, railways haul a wide range of commodities, and the first leg of a possible high-speed passenger rail system is being envisioned between Dallas-Fort Worth and Houston. But in talking about the future of transportation in Texas, the discussion always comes back to highways. And the state's reputation for high-quality, efficient highways isn't what it once was. The state's transportation department says it has only a fraction of the money it needs, not to make things better, just to keep things from getting worse. The price of gasoline has tripled in 20 years, but the gas tax, the source of nearly all highway funding in Texas, has stayed the same. 20 cents a gallon for the state and 18 cents for the federal share. Of that 20 cents for the state, 15 cents goes to transportation and 5 cents goes to education. And thanks to inflation, what you pay in gas tax today buys only about half of what it did 20 years ago. But solutions are within reach, like getting the greatest efficiency out of the roadway system we have now, supporting the ideas of biking, walking, and mass transit, and getting the biggest bang for the buck in any new road construction. To maintain our economic advantage and our quality of life, Texas has to invest in its transportation system. The cost of doing something will be high, but the cost of doing nothing will be even higher. Longer commutes, higher prices, slower emergency response times. Our transportation network is stretched to the limit and is not keeping up with population and business growth. We have important choices to make. The longer we wait to address our traffic problem, the more difficult and expensive it will be.